Lesson 68. Would you say? Opinion. When do we use the expression, would you say?
We use the expression would you say when we ask somebody for his opinion about something. It means, do you think?
Would you say that a king's life was better than that of the average man?
No, I wouldn't say that a king's life was better than that of the average man.
Which tense do we use after the expression, would you say?
We use the past tense after the expression would you say.
What would you say was the best way to remember something?
I'd say that the best way to remember something was to repeat it often.
Look plus adjective. If the sky looks dark and cloudy, do you sometimes decide not to go out?
Yes, if the sky looks dark and cloudy, I sometimes decide not to go out.
When your shoes look dirty, what do you do?
When my shoes look dirty, I clean them.
Get in. Get out of. Get on. Get off. Taxi. Fare. Do we pay the driver when we get in a taxi?
No, we don't pay the driver when we get in a taxi. We pay when we get out of a taxi.
In your country, do you have to buy a ticket before getting on a bus?
Yes, in my country you have to buy a ticket before getting on a bus.
How much is the bus fare from here to where you live?
The bus fare from here to where I live is £2.
Royal. Has your country got a royal family?
Yes, my country's got a royal family.
Mud. Countryside. How do we get mud on our shoes?
We get mud on our shoes by walking in the countryside in the rain.
Crowd. Crowded. Are famous actors often surrounded by crowds when they go out in public?
Yes, famous actors are often surrounded by crowds when they go out in public.
Are the buses in this town usually crowded in the morning?
Yes, the buses in this town are usually crowded in the morning.
Captain. Team. Have you ever been the captain of a sports team?
Yes, I've been the captain of a sports team.
Tell me the name of a famous sea captain.
The name of a famous sea captain is Captain Cook, Captain Nemo, etc.
Wide. Narrow. Which is the widest street in the place where you live and which is the narrowest?
Oxford Street is the widest street in the place where I live and Berwick Street is the narrowest.
Flag. National. What colour is the flag of your country?
The flag of my country is red, white and blue.
Do you know the origin of your national flag?
Yes, I know the origin of my national flag.
Grass. Live on. Name an animal that lives on grass.
A horse is an animal that lives on grass.
What happens to grass if there's no rain?
If there's no rain, grass becomes yellow and then it dies.
Tower. Where is the nearest tower to the place where you live?
The nearest tower to the place where I live is the Tower of London.
Wet. Dry. Are the streets dry when it rains?
No, the streets aren't dry when it rains. They're wet.
If you walked in the rain without an umbrella, what'd happen?
If I walked in the rain without an umbrella, I'd get wet.
If you got wet, what did you have to do with your clothes?
If I got wet, I'd have to take my clothes off and hang them up to dry.
Through. What's the past of throw?
The past of throw is through.
What'd happen if I threw a stone at the window?
If you threw a stone at the window'd break.
Loud. Turn up. Turn down. If your TV is turned up too loud, what do you do?
If my TV is turned up too loud, I turn it down.
Reflexive pronouns. Myself. Yourself. himself, herself, itself, oneself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. Consequently, protect. What are the reflexive pronouns?
The reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, oneself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves.
When do we use a reflexive pronoun?
We use a reflexive pronoun when the subject and object are the same person or thing.
Is it right to say, I looked at me in the mirror?
No, it isn't right to say I looked at me in the mirror.
Why not?
Because the subject and object are the same person.
What must we say instead?
We must say, I looked at myself in the mirror instead.
Do you think it'd be easy for me to teach myself Chinese?
No, I don't think it'd be easy for you to teach yourself Chinese.
Why not?
Because Chinese is a difficult language to learn.
Did you wash yourself when you were a baby?
No, I didn't wash myself when I was a baby. My mother washed me.
What did you do if you saw a man trying to kill himself?
If I saw a man trying to kill himself, I'd try to stop him or call the police.
Have you ever seen a bird washing itself?
Yes, I've seen a bird washing itself.
Do you think one can teach oneself a language?
Yes, I think one can teach oneself a language.
What do we carry to protect ourselves from the rain?
We carry an umbrella to protect ourselves from the rain.